Alright, here we are, part 2 of installing Linux on your Windows machine, because you can, using virtual machines. We're using a VMware player, and we basically have the VMware player installed, and now we want to go ahead and start the virtual machine. So the machine that we created, we actually configured it and set it up as a 64-bit. I'll show you that again here. So we set it up here as a Ubuntu 64-bit, which is the image that we downloaded, Linux of course, and you also have the ability to control things like how much memory is available to this particular virtual machine. You can even assign it more memory than you actually have. Probably not. So let's keep it within the amount of memory that's actually on the physical machine here. So again, treat this like it's almost like a physical machine, but it's virtual, so you can just tweak. I mean, you don't have to open up the box. No, not at all. You can just simply slide this up and down. Less memory, more memory. Less memory, more memory. It's that easy because it's virtual. You can. I have a lot of CPUs. I can give it just one CPU, or I can give it multiple CPUs, up to obviously the amount that are actually on the machine, the total amount that's on the machine. One thing, you actually have to have Intel virtual settings enabled on your machine. So if you might need to go in your BIOS and actually enable that, because if you do not have it enabled, you're not going to be able to run 64-bit on this particular setup. So we actually have it enabled in the BIOS already, so it'll work. You can limit the amount of disk space that it's using. So we have it set to 20 gigabytes. So we're going to go ahead and the way you run this machine, the way you start this machine, so it's like a virtual machine, right? Your power button is your play button. You play the virtual machine. So you're like, it's like a simulation. So you start the simulation, you play it. So now essentially that's like you're booting up the machine, the physical machine. So it's giving us a little hint about our hardware that it detected, no problem. And now Linux is actually booting up. Aren't you so excited? There you go, Ubuntu Studio starting up for the first time in our virtual machine, running right on the Windows platform. So we are still in Windows, of course, but we are running this Linux installation right on the Windows machine. And when we're done, we're going to have a full-blown Linux installation that we can do whatever we want to with it, within some limitations. There are some things, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember right now, but there may be some things that you may have a little kind of tricky situation trying to work with. But for the most part, you could consider this a real Linux installation. I mean, you can go ahead and download whatever Linux applications that are relevant to the distribution that you're using and run them and go nuts, because you've got Linux. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and time warp through this whole. See, it's copying the files right now to install the OS. I'm going to time warp so we don't have to waste time looking at that. And go. While you wait, look at these advertisements. Okay, now it's retrieving, moving right along. Just created user, now it's configuring the system, checking for packages to install, installing language packs, configuring hardware, installing system. Drum roll, please. Linux for creative humans. That'd be me. We got cursor. We got spinning wheel. Installing VMware tools. Please wait. While we're waiting, I got a question for you. So we're running Linux on a Windows machine using this virtual machine software. So what would happen if we installed VMware Player on this Linux machine that we have here, and then installed another OS within Linux? And then within that Linux, we installed another VMware player and installed another OS within that. What would happen? A machine within a machine within a machine within a machine within a... All right, moving on. Anyway, so let's go ahead and log in. I don't think you can actually do that. If I'm not mistaken, based on the rules and technology of how this all works, I think... correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys know about this, let me know. But I think I'm going to run into a problem trying to set up a VMware player in a machine that's already running on a virtual machine. I mean, maybe not. I mean, why not, right? But I don't think it's going to work. Anyway, so that's it. We have officially installed Ubuntu on our Windows machine. So again, in case you forgot, we're still in Windows. This is Windows right back here. That's it. It's that simple. So that's it. This is the real deal. Now, another thing you can do is, I don't know if you can see this in your field of view, because I have the recorder set up. I don't think the top of the frame is high enough, but if you see here, there's a full screen option here. So if you want to really get the full virtual experience to really feel like you're in Linux, which you are, but you're in Linux within Windows. But anyway, you can click on this button. This will give you a full screen view. So now you don't have the kind of the Windows box, window within a window type of thing. This is almost exactly like as if you're running on an actual Linux machine, except you just have this toolbar on top. All right, so here's where you access your applications. So we can go into the terminal emulator, and there you have it. So now we are actually running our little terminal here. Let's open this up a little bit. All right, so here we are. This is a real deal, man. Let's see what kind of commands we have here. Let's see, htop. No! Top. There we go. Htop. That's what I'm looking for. So htop, an interactive process viewer for Linux. We can do ls-ltr pwd. It's the real deal, man. Go to your home directory. Yeah, so we're going to have some Linux tutorials coming up pretty soon, now that we have our virtual environment set up here.
You know what to do. Click on that like button.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.